So this here is really worrying. This popped up on News 24. It starts with expropriation. Government takes business and property without, I assume it's without paying him. The government's expropriated his mortuary without notice and without compensation when he pressed them over unpaid rent. So I found another article on the web about this on The Citizen. I'll pop it up in a moment. Apparently this guy had a mortuary and the government were using it. They didn't pay him rent since 2020. They got evicted, and then they said, oh, we'll sort it out with you, not a problem at all, just let us continue using it. He let them back in, and before he knew it, they expropriated it. So under the new laws, it quite clearly says if the government finds that your property or your land is in the public's interest to take it, or the government's interest, they can take it without paying you a cent. Now, I'm assuming a more centrist person actually posted this, because a few minutes later, or hours later, boom, it's gone. Now, in my experience, almost all mainstream media is pretty much very, very left-wing. Very left-wing. We're not talking about liberal, we're talking about left-wing, all right? Most of them are quislings to their readers, betrayers of their readers. They tend to toe the party narrative rather than actually publish the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I've seen claims on some publications about, oh, there's no violence in South Africa, there's none of this. Absolute nonsense. I mean, you can just go to X and see the stories, and I've personally experienced violence and discrimination in South Africa. I'm not saying it's the same for... Look, violence affects everybody in South Africa. It's not a safe place. It's got one of the highest murder rates in the world. Certainly, I'm not going to get into the other details, but you know what they're showing on the web about the violence. It is bad, really, really bad. I got out the country 6 years ago because of the discriminatory practices towards being a white business owner, and in the last 3 years I've been more successful than 25 years in South Africa without those limitations. I've started with nothing, came with a pack of clothes and a laptop. That's all I had. I sold everything. I lost thousands and thousands of dollars. Pretty much started over at age 50, and I've just been so happy, so successful. It's just mind-boggling. In South Africa, could have never happened under that regime. It's just the way it is. Anyway, so this article appeared here, and then it was taken down. Boom. So obviously one of the editors saw it. And you have this whole situation where even the opposition are downplaying how bad it actually is in South Africa. They're doing a great disservice to their people. And the reason for that is they obviously fear the sanctions that the Americans are imposing. Now, when we were living in the apartheid South Africa, the Americans imposed sanctions to restore justice. And by the same token, I believe it was Mandela who said, if the ANC treats you like the other people did, the apartheids did, then you must also, reject them. So that was Mandela, And then I found this article over here. So you can see it was actually up long enough to appear in Google 19 hours ago. But now you click on that link and boom, it's gone. So somebody took that down. Obviously, one of the more left-wing people saw it and said, oh, this is not a good thing because the Americans will see this. Too late. Anyway, this is the article I found. Pay what you owe Gauteng. Gauteng government accused of using mortuary without paying rent. This was posted on the 8th of February. And it's they've been accused of operating a mortuary without compensating the owner of the building. And there we go. The guy owned the building. I'm recording this because I suspect this will probably be taken down as well. Because I'm pretty sure, I have a strong suspicion that the government are actually just controlling the media and the narrative entirely over there. Why else would News 24 take it down? After kicking them out 2 months later, I received a call from the Department of Infrastructure Development ordering me to allow operation to continue as the matter was sorted out. I instructed the security company to give them keys. They continued using the property without paying rent, and last year I took the matter to court, forcing them to pay or buy the property. The matter was postponed after the state lawyers said they needed more time to prepare. Now we're waiting for the court to give a date for the hearing. Didn't have a problem allowing them to operate there, but yada, yada, yada. We received absolutely nothing. Our rental income and assets are gone without a cent in return. The property has already been passed to the state. We received absolutely nothing. He was ready to sell the property to the government, whereby he would charge them 5 million, right? Records seem to show he paid like 7 or 8 million for it, something like that, somewhere in the article over here. I'm just going to record this because very likely It says that the property is used by the Gauteng government. They're aware of the case as a state mortuary inclusive of the medico-legal laboratory and the facilities. The matter was urgent as the government health had been evicted on the 13th of July and the negotiations between the parties had reached a stalemate. The property was expropriated and the matter regarding compensation and outstanding rental is pending before the High Court. A deeds office search shows the property is still registered in the name of the original owner and he paid 8.5 million in 1984. So he was prepared to sell that for 5, but they just took it, allegedly. So yeah, there you have it. If you're buying a property in South Africa, make damn sure it's not in a place where it's actually needed by the government, because they'll take your land, they'll take your property. There it is. This is a legitimate site. And I find the irony that it's actually a black dude showing on that. It shows you it's not about black and white anymore, guys. It's about the way you are, if you're a good person or a bad person. And this guy has truthfully reported the matter. You can see it on X. It's not about black and white anymore. It really isn't. It's about right and wrong. That's what it's about. It's not about left and right. It's about right and wrong. So this was taken, apparently, according to this article. So there you go. If you're an investor coming to South Africa, God help you if you buy in the wrong spot. I don't know if the rights extend to you or not. It's really a sad, sad situation. But this appears to support the fact that not only can they take your land, they can take private property as well.